Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Ninja Warrior Podcast. Today is another episode where we're covering episode 6 of AW 13, the first round of the semifinals. Let's go, baby! I'm sorry, but this was the biggest episode of all and my personal favorite. Hell yeah, this episode had, the semifinals. This is where all the important and impressive ones are going to happen. We saw some good ones back in qualifying, but this is where we're going to find all the best ones. Yeah, here in the national finals, this is going to be where we're going to start actually, caring for the stuff. That's especially why the Olympics decided to just, take that fun away from us. Yeah, the Olympics kind of made us a little bit salty. Because, they can't just, ninja earlier because, ninja earlier would have been nice. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if there were 3 times throughout the schedule they had to break up ninja, they should have just aired it earlier in the day, or just aired it on a different day than Mondays. Exactly. I mean, I can get you can't reschedule the Stanley Cup or the Olympics, obviously, but if they can have time for the news and stuff, which I guess more important and everything, but I think they could have had time to put Ninja in an earlier time slot. Oh, yeah. And it definitely would have helped the season a little bit. Even if it was at a different time slot, at least then more people would be tuning in because of that consistent time point. Right? People are going to be losing. I feel like Ninja's going to be losing viewers because they think it's over or something like that. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, either way, let's get started with this episode, starting with the course itself. Yes, this course was, again, bigger. They filmed in LA, and now the course is 10 obstacles instead of 6. So, let's go over them. Obstacle 1 was sliding steps, and obstacle 2 was the lunatic ledges. Yep, pretty tough obstacle, gotta admit. I mean, not many people failed it, but it probably is just because it's semifinals. Yeah, that makes sense. Obstacle 3 was Total War. Then we had Obstacle 4, which was the spinning bridge. It's a pretty good choice, actually. Then we had Wall to Wall, and I'm kind of up in the air about this. I know the idea's fine, but make it harder. Yeah, a good example I want to bring up is that when Jordi Avila ran, and he did the splits across the 2 walls, and I'm like, if someone can do that, even if he's 6'3", they should still move the distance farther that way. It's actually harder to land it. Yeah, exactly. I'm fine with the final jump to the final finger grip. That's actually kind of hard. And it did take out someone. However, just make it harder. It's the semifinals, it's not the qualifiers. Make it harder. I'd say we move the footholds on the second wall. That would make some sense. Yeah, again, it would make that drop a little more effective, and it was also, make the obstacle harder. So. Yeah, it's like if you take the giant cubes, and then you remove basically the difficulty of the obstacle by shrinking them and just making the walls taller instead of you having to navigate them. That is basically this obstacle. I guess you could put it that way. But anyway, then we had the warp wall, which was actually missing the mega wall, because again, they were filming in LA. So for the first time since season 9, we saw a warp wall without the mega wall right next to it. Then we had the normal stamina, but then we had a very nerfed version of Corkscrew. Yeah, just like the women's competition, they nerfed it. The thing spins at molasses good how it spun in season 12. And I'm being pretty honest here. No one failed Corkscrew. Even in the cut ones, no one failed it. Yes, this is the stupidest thing. Seriously. Why? More people should have failed it. If you can tell me that no one failed it, it's pretty cool they had to nerf it. Yeah, there was no way. That thing went a lot slower, I noticed. And the gap between each corkscrew was 4 feet in season 12. Now, they didn't mention how long it was here, but it was shorter, definitely. Yeah. Again, they did it like the women's competition, but it can be slightly excused here. No, it cannot be. Hell no. Anyway, after that, we had the split decision returning, which was either the inverter, which was a pretty cool obstacle, all things considered, but the much easier balance obstacle, tuning forks. And I really gotta ask, why didn't more people go with this obstacle? Yeah, it was a hell of a lot easier than the freaking inverter. It was cool, and I'm glad we got to see some of the inverter. But still, I mean, if I was up there, I would clearly go for tuning forks 9 times out of 10. Because, look at that, it's so much more easier. Yeah, especially if this course has wore you out without the upper body instead of obstacles. Maybe Corkscrew wore you out even though it was easy. You know, it's probably more safe to pick the tuning forks than the inverter, despite the fact that more people actually pick the inverter. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But anyway, then we get the normal spiral trap, which was okay, but again, I would like to see something different at this point. This is its 4th season in a row being used, and I think they should do something different. Yeah, at this point, this obstacle has become a staple, which is why I think they're going to keep it there for a really long while after this, but it would be nice to change it at least once. Yeah, again, have an obstacle like the invisible ladder where it's possible, but not super duper hard like the elevator climb. Yeah, but anyway, let's go on to the runs, which started off with Christian Yost. It took me a minute to think of the name. Christian Yost. Is anybody gonna say that his segment was the most unneeded thing in history? Yeah, it was very unnecessary. We didn't really need to know that he played classic video games. Like, some people do that. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Most teens are like, Roblox, blah, 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 Fortnite, blah, blah, blah. But it's annoying when they just put that in your face. It doesn't help whenever you're a teen itself, it kind of just insults you. It insults your mentality, especially if you're like the norm. I guess you have a point there, yeah. Yeah, it basically just says, oh, you're normal, look at this guy, who's all different and unique. You should be just like him. When it's kind of just like insulting their mentality. How do they think about the situation? And the entire time on the course, they're like, who freaking cares? This is what this guy's all about. Yeah, that works, actually. Anyway, Christian Yost, he made it all the way to the 9th obstacle, inverter, which was really shocking to me because first one of the night, I thought he would fail maybe wall to wall or even earlier. Really. Yeah, the first one of the night, you'd expect him to fail earlier than expected, even though, he failed at the same point. Yeah, same point as everyone else. Same point, like 9th obstacle. It's just unexpected for him to be the first one. Yeah. But anyway, after him, we had Christy Brophy in a fast-forward segment. She ended up falling on the lunatic ledge, just basically waiting way too freaking long to get off the damn thing. Then we had probably one of the most shocking fails in the night, Sam Sand on the spinning bridge. Yeah, I was definitely expecting him to go to Vegas, so he's fell on like Corkscrew or something, but no, he ended up falling really early on the spinning, which that really did suck. Then we had Carmen Shelby, you ended up falling on wall to wall. And then we had Isaiah Wakeham, brother of Isabella Wakeham. And he had a story about him designing shirts for a whole bunch of different ninjas. He designed for a whole bunch of different ninjas, including Carbo and others. And he also designed his own shirt. And it was a pretty alright story. Right? And he did pretty good in the course, taking it all the way to the inverter where he fell, and he did it moving on to Vegas. So, yeah. Very happy for him. And after him, we had Perry Madison, a fast-forward segment. He was taken out by Totoro. Then we had Caleb Benson in that same fast-forward segment, who was taken out by Wall to Wall. Then we had my girl, Tiana Weberly. It's like every female you'll go, no! I mean, I know I say that every episode, but no! There are plenty of females I don't say that to. Oh, the criteria is they have to do good. No! I mean, I could easily just press the mic button and we can do the take. We're still gonna pick it up anyway, probably even more if you do that. Anyway, Tiana Weber, she did really, really well. She had a story about her being a stunt woman and her career in that sense.
But she made it all the way to the ninth obstacle, tuning force this time, and that's exactly where she fell.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I was expecting her to actually finish the course because, tuning force is a lot easier. And I think she definitely could have made it to Spider Trap if she was given a chance.
Oh, hell yeah. She deserved that buzzard, but anyway, at least she was able to come back from qualifying where she just barely moved on. Failing on a fourth obstacle, but yeah. After her, we had Quinn, a fast forward segment. He was taken out by Lunatic Ledges, and Ray Luke ran after him, who was taken out by Total War.
Then we had Adam Nates, who was also taken out by the Lunatic Ledges. A little bit of a shocker there, as he did kind of well in the qualifiers to get to the fifth obstacle. Then we had Jade Buford also in that fast forward segment, who was left falling on Total War. And then finally we had this trombone ninja, Max Feinberg, who had a story about him basically playing the trombone, it being his hobby, but him also doing ninja, and everyone just being surprised that someone like him would be doing ninja.
I mean, he has the form to do it, obviously.
Yeah. He ended up making it all the way to the buzzer, actually. He ended up actually becoming the night's very first finisher, and he got the third fastest time.
Yeah, so after him we had Christian Washington in a fast forward segment. He ended up going out on Lunatic Ledges along with Sophie Shaft, which was again another shocker for me just because I thought, she'd probably move on in the women's top three. Fortunately, she did not get far enough.
Yeah, and considering the one that came a little bit after her, it probably makes you even more pissed off.
Oh hell yeah, we're gonna get to her. Anyway, then we had Caleb Dowden, who also fell on Lunatic Ledges, and finally we had Janique Lovett. She's the one we were mentioning earlier. She made it to the third obstacle, Total War, and still moved on to Vegas because no other woman decided to beat her.
Yeah, this is probably the lowest qualification we've ever seen from any competitor to get into Vegas. Like, seriously.
Yeah, she didn't even have to get to the fifth obstacle. Like, how easy does this course have to be? Oh, sorry. Oh, I don't know if you can go it hard.
It may be because there weren't many women who moved on, but I don't know.
Just saying, how low do you have to go to make it so that you only have to make it to the third obstacle to qualify?
Yeah, that's crazy. Way better candidates that deserved it more than her. Especially with the one she ended up turning in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, anyway, after her we had
Lance Pekus in a fast forward segment. I was pretty mad about this one because Lance Pekus, right? He should be shown.
Yeah, he made it to the ninth obstacle, the inverter, and did end up moving on to Vegas, even with a one-handed save on that inverter obstacle. So, happy for him, but also mad because, they didn't show him fully. But then we had probably the biggest surprise of the night, Brian Burkhardt, who I don't think ever has been shown on Ninja in a full one. I believe he was fast forwarded a few times in seasons 9 and 10, but he has never been shown in a full one until this year because he got shown.
Yeah, makes sense, as he ended up becoming the second fastest finisher, beating Max Feinberg by a second, meaning that he ended up moving up the power tower with the fastest time, which we'll reveal later on, but if you watch this episode, then you should know that.
Yeah, but anyway, after Brian Burkhardt, we had Casey Ballati in a fast forward segment. He ended up falling on wall to wall. And then we had Sadie, another very shocking fail, Jonathan Horton on second obstacle, Lunatic Ledges. Yeah, I was definitely expecting him to move on, definitely. Because at this point, he deserves to go to Vegas.
Yeah, at least give him a chance here, but apparently not. But then we had Isabella Wakeham. Heck yes!
Yeah, she did really, really well. A 17-year-old, so far the only teenage woman to advance to Vegas, but it's only the first round, so you'd probably expect more. But anyway, she made it all the way to the inverter, where she fell, and both her and her brother all moving on.
Yes, that also meant her mom had to get a tattoo.
Yeah, I guess it was a kind of funny bet. It's a little weird thing, but anyway, after Isabel Wakeham, we had China Hart in a fast forward segment. She ended up taken out by Lunatic Ledges. Then we had Corey Tickleton, which is actually kind of funny last name, but he ended up falling on spinning bridge, diving right in between a gap between two of the spinners, which it looks pretty okay.
Yeah, 10 out of
10. Someone was just holding up signs, a 10 out of 10. Oh, I wish.
I would have. Anyway, then we had Michael Lawley in the falling on wall to wall. Then we had some of the most criminal fast forwards here. Owen Dyer in the falling on tuning forks, which it's okay, I kind of get it. But then we have probably the most criminal fast forward in this entire season so far, Abel Gonzalez. This would be fine if he didn't end up completing the course.
Yes, they fast forwarding him being the third finisher of the night just because he didn't move on to the power tower. I mean, come on! This is a veteran who deserves to be shown.
How many is that? Like 10? I don't know.
I feel like we should introduce this as a category in the Stage 5 Ninja Awards for this year, because if we do end up doing it again, which I do plan on doing, so it was a lot of fun. I think it would make a lot of sense to do a most critical fast forward category.
Hell yeah, do it. Why don't we do it?
Yeah, we'll confirm it when the time actually comes, but I would really like to do that. Anyway, but Gonzalez, he did end up completing the course with the slowest time of the night by just a couple of seconds, which, again, is kind of annoying. But anyway, then we had Elijah Browning, who ended up making it all the way to the inverter, where he fell. Now, once again, and I'm surprised they didn't go for the tuning forks, and they didn't complete the course.
Yeah, again, there's a lot of shocking fails here, and a lot of ninth obstacles that you may not expect from people, well, just because of how easy Corkscrew was.
Yeah, and the inverter was a really hard obstacle, which is why I'm still surprised so many people went with it this week.
Yeah, more people went for it than these tuning forks, which was hell of a lot easier. I know it had a big knockout rate, but that's only because it actually has been in a course before, unlike inverter, which is a completely new obstacle.
Yeah, but anyway, after Elijah Browning, we had Dalen Perez in a fast forward segment. He ended up making it all the way to tuning forks, along with Isaiah Thomas, Anthony Porter, to actually end up selecting inverter, but they all end up moving on to Vegas. And then we had, oh God, kill me, Jody Avila.
This was something of unexpected, because this is the type of one I would expect to be fast forwarded, especially since his treatment in the qualifiers. But he ended up being shown, which, okay, fine, but he didn't even make it to the back half.
Yeah, he made it to the fifth obstacle, wall to wall. And what makes this even worse is that he had a story about him being the only ninja from the Dominican Republic, which I hope the defunct. But I don't really care about making all that much research about. It's like, this dragged on forever, and I don't care at all. And again, what makes it worse is that he failed so early on the course.
Yeah, it wasn't worth all that time dedicated to it. It's like when they did the Black Lives Matter segment with was it J.J. Woods last season. It was maybe worth it. At the time of filming, it was brand new, and it was still a problem. However, it really didn't leave an impact, and it was really just forcing the problem down our throats.
Yeah, at that point, and this is a similar situation. This isn't dealing with a worldwide issue, but it's just talking about something that just drags on forever and ever when it really doesn't need to.
Yeah, but anyway, after Jody Avila, we had Daniel Gill as the final winner of the night, and like expected, he had the fastest time. But actually completed the course.
Yeah, we got redemption for confirming on the fifth obstacle in qualifying. He completed the course with the fastest time by 2 minutes. I mean, Jesus Christ. I knew 7 minutes and 20 seconds could be beaten, but Jesus Christ, he destroyed that time. Anyway, he knocked Max Feinberg at the Power Tower Finals. So then we had him, and then we had Daniel Gill along with Brian Burkhoff from earlier on the Power Tower. Let's talk about this Power Tower, because this is my personal favorite Power Tower. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that because this power tower is so complicated. It's all with a cliffhanger climb up the stairs instead of a normal climb. Then we had a warp. Then we had a standard warp climb up to the wing jump. Then we had a salmon ladder, which was. Then we had a salmon ladder, which gave Gil a lot of difficulty. Yeah. And I kind of do like how they added a salmon ladder to it. It adds a little bit of uniqueness to that course. Then we had the dropping shells from last time, and then the buzzer.
Yeah, this thing could create some intense races, and technically create one here.
Technically, because this course was very hard for Gil in particular. As we mentioned, he got slowed down on the salmon ladder portion, allowing Brian Burkhardt to pass him and win unexpectedly, meaning that he got the safety pass in Vegas.
Yeah, I do want to take a minute to mention that I don't really personally like the safety pass. I kind of wish it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, it's more just because it dictated what happened last year with the whole Drew Dressel situation. Because if he didn't get that safety pass, he would have failed on fucking stage 1, which would have been kind of funny in the long run, especially considering what happened. But hopefully it isn't used to its advantage. I don't know.
It's the reason why Flint got a chance to water walls, but he also failed that, so it made a heartbreak.
Yeah, it made several. It was just kind of annoying to see.
Yeah, but anyway, it has returned and Brian Burkhardt got the first one.
Yep, anyway, that is it for this episode of A&W, aside from a few things, including the cut ones. So, let's cover those right now. On the list today were Ryan Meeks, who found in the inverter, the only person in the top 15 who was cut, which, again, why couldn't they have shown him? That's 14 out of the top 15. They could have easily have shown him when they fast forward.
Yeah, there were so many lunatic legends films they showed, and they easily could have showed him instead. No one knows him, but if you make it to the 9th obstacle in the top 15, you deserve to be shown.
Yeah, everyone else, it's not surprising. Alex Bick and Jonah Boner and Cole Weber, who all fell in Total War. Then we had Jason Grossman and Ruben Ariolano, both in the Lunatic Legends. I can understand why he didn't cut the other 5, because, again, they did not go that far. They are basically nobodies. I get it in that sense. However, when you have someone who makes it to the 9th obstacle, they kind of deserve to be shown, even a fast-forward segment. So, even though I have no idea who Ryan Meeks is, I do feel like they did him a dishonor that they did not show him at all.
Yeah, that really did suck. But anyway, with that right there, that is the first round of semifinals all covered up and wrapped up.
Yep, so we will see you guys next time, next week. So, next time in 2 weeks, because time recording this Ninja episode 6 is not going until next week. Episode 7 is not going to be until next week after the Olympics. And since we usually release the videos on Mondays, But this week's actually going to be released on Tuesday.
Yeah, because David couldn't post shit.
Okay, here's the thing. I was editing videos, so you can't really say I was lazy. I was editing videos trying to get them ready. But then, when I was checking up on the uploads and stuff, I noticed that all the one highlights I had done so far were in 360. So I had to find a higher quality version of the episode, which I did, and then I just had to redo them. So those should have released a couple days ago. Oh, but that is why I did re-release those, along with all the others, releasing the second half of the highlights. I also did a lot better with editing since I wasn't rushing around. Because I kept on skipping people, accidentally forgetting to export certain ones and just starting over and all that. But anyway, that's all sorted out. All episode 5's highlights are done. Episode 6 should be going really soon, maybe tomorrow or the day after, depending on how I feel. And if I feel okay with, actually posting it. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time for episode 7 of the Ninja Warrior Pot. For episode 7 of AW 13, I feel like it's possible we might actually do a smaller thing, like maybe go back to AW Junior for an episode.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I don't know. I don't know what we'll do for that week. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think what I'll do is I'll use that week to we released some AEW Junior ones that weren't really runs, more than just music videos with really split up versions to avoid copyright. I think that's what I'm going to use that week for, just to make sure I have complete version of those highlights out. Because once AEW Junior Season 3 releases, once we're done with all this, we do plan on covering AEW Junior Season 13, Season 3, as well as finishing up our coverage on AEW Junior Season 2, because I feel like we have to cover the rest of the season.
Yeah, we covered the first 4 episodes?
Yeah, we covered the first 4, for the pandemic in March. And then we had to stop, and then by the time we got done, we decided to do AEW 12, and by the time that was finished, it was about time for AEW 13.
Yeah, so it wasn't really worth it going into the AEW Junior. But just know we will cover the rest of season 2, and we're going to be covering season 3 as well.
Yep, but anyway, we'll see you guys next time for episode 27 of the podcast. Jesus.
Yeah, what was it? 30 here. That's crazy.
Yep, over a year of this. Really exciting. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time. I'm for AEW 13, episode 7. Peace.